One of the greatest opportunities I think that I see is not just more data, but more mobilized data relevant for decision making in general, and risk characterization and risk transfer in particular. So one opportunity for more data is to use the data we have better, and through reanalysis, through accessing significant resources, for example, operational data, administrative data that is available but not used. Another important way to bring more public data forward is to look at very large-scale collaborations with communities that share similar sorts of commitments. I think it's clear this industry, among other things, has been critically important in the past in reducing huge threats to humankind. And while insurance has part of the answer, there needs to be coordination across government and other players. So the kind of information that's generated for that purpose that's where the public sector can play an important role. So public sector investments can open up new areas of risk. They can provide fundamental types of data that are used to calibrate private sector models and illuminate unmodeled or uncharacterized risk such that it becomes possible to build the analytics that create the demand for data and other kinds of insights to inform actions that collectively can reduce risk and improve human well-being. I think a lot about pathways to change, and one feature of the pathways I'm the most excited about are unconventional partnerships. In a very connected world, we are seeing actually tremendous convergence of concern as well as of opportunity. And so those pathways, I think, will involve bringing traditional partners together in new ways, and will involve bringing new partners together where there's obvious coincidence and alignment of intent, but not a history of working together. A good example of that is that I have a joint faculty appointment in a U.S. Department of Energy National Laboratory in the United States. This is an outstanding basic research laboratory, but its capabilities for supporting useful analytics are tremendous. In the past, those have been accessed by some industries and not others. And so we're very excited about bringing together large-scale investments in the scientific research community almost in the harness of an industry like this one, where the industry brings very sophisticated analytics and furthermore a lot of data. But when we bring together what both kinds of entities hold, I think we may see some really new ways of working. And that, in and of itself, attracts new investors. There's one government agency that's well known in the United States for investing in the absolute most front-edge technology related to security and defense. Well, I work on food systems. And food systems in the developing world. Historically, that would not be necessarily understood as relevant for this very heavily resourced community, the U.S. defense community, but in fact it is. Clearly, the threats in this century that are, among other things, very significant to the United States are threats that reside in the developing world. And so we see, and threats to the developing world, and to the well-being of people in the developing world. So I see any feature any pathway forward is going to involve continuing partnerships that are formalized, such as through diplomatic and government channels, but also these very nimble sort of network-to-network relationships that mobilize holdings people have in new ways, sometimes I think very obvious new ways around a set of coordinated actions that can reduce risk and improve well-being.